We got brand standards and we enforce those standards. Don't be surprised when we warn you and later we take actions against violators. You all need to understand that once you are on duty, you are representing yourself, the firm you work for, our clients, and also the industry as a whole. I always tell everybody to wear proper uniform, look sharp, and work in a professional manner. Public and law enforcement perception is very important. Perception is everything. So look presentable. You must adopt positive outlook with public and local law enforcement of the establishment you perform duties. We got many contracts from the word of mouth. I also noticed many new contracts where people have walked to my officers because of their professional looks, proper uniform, and nice patrol vehicles. Cops are not there to advertise. They're not there to advertise a firm. But when somebody is in need of service, I have seen many police officers, even police departments referring us. It's because they noticed that our officers know what they are doing and are professional. They know there is a private need and we ensure quality. They know we go above and beyond regular trainings. We maintain training standards and are aware of the nature of the work we do. Hey, you all newcomers, either you are armed, unarmed, investigators, personal protection specialists, fire watch officers, or whatever. Make sure once you are out in the field, be friendly with general public and law enforcement officers. You know, law enforcement, they are busy dealing with the general public, and police officers, they understand that you are an extra eye to provide information. They know we are here to deter crime and activities and are out to observe and report. You know, develop a relationship with cops. Try to develop a relationship with cops. Some armed posts are in bad and dangerous areas. These police officers, when you call them, they also put their life online when you need them. When assigned to a new assignment, keep non-emergency numbers handy and always check the crime rate of the area you work or will perform your duties. You must know what crimes are common. Ask a law enforcement in your area. your seniors, your supervisors, or search online about the crime rate and major crimes in the area so you are aware of situations you will be dealing with. Always develop friendly relationship with cops. You know what? Adjust your communication, attitude, and establish dialogues. We all working for the public and safety. You know, the other day I stopped at 7-Eleven to get coffee, and you know, when I see officers, I always stand and talk to them. And you know, I talk to the cops just to find out what problems they faced and all that. You know, just get into communication and stuff like that. And you know, one of them, they mentioned that there was a new site somewhere, and an armed plainclothes officer, he was assigned to perform duties. The police officer, he never saw him there before. He never saw him there before, and he asked him what he was doing there. He had no identification because he was in plain clothes. I mean, definitely it was somewhere with him, but it was not visible to the cop. So police officer, he was unaware that establishment hired him. Instead of cooperating with the police officer, rather than staying calm and cool, the plainclothes officer, he decided to argue with the cop. You know, we all understand that our rights are protected under the federal law, and you know, the cop, he was telling me he came with weird questions. I mean, he came with the questions like, hey, are you detaining me, and am I detained or free? Officer, am I detained or free to go? When police officer asked him if he can search his vehicle, he used the Fourth Amendment and answered, I don't consent to searches. Hey, come on. We are there to help each other. What's going on? You know, when you need that cop, he's the one who's gonna be there responding to your call whenever you need him. So, excuse me, what you are doing? How come you're gonna tell him, you know, I don't consent to searches? I understand human beings, we are not perfect, but control your words and attitude. We work as a team and doing a kind of same job. I mean, I know I always tell you guys to be familiar with the state laws, the codes, to help, and also to help law enforcement. You know, but we are not there to use those codes against them and to give bad reputation and look stupid. You know, first of all, that unarmed officer where that cop went, I mean, he should have stayed calm, cool, and cooperated. He should have been cooperative with him. I mean, he should have just introduced himself. Hi, officer. How you doing? He should have identified himself. So the police officer, he knows whom he's dealing with. You know, when you are unarmed, you know, just keep your badges handy. Keep your badges handy. That's what it is for. I mean, keep your badge handy. Keep your ID. So at least, you know, he don't get panic. He knows who you are and whom he's dealing with. Keep your ID handy, keep your badge handy, and I would even suggest if you are working as plainclothes, hey, keep a cap somewhere in the car. So when he comes or you see somebody, law enforcement, at least you have that on, or at least have that on where there's badge and they know whom they're dealing with. Other than that, he don't know who you are. Unless you have seen him before, once they know that you are there and they come and you chat with them, yeah, different story. Use common sense. Use common sense. Don't make their job tough. You don't know what's going on in police officer's head in the middle of the night. Put yourself in his shoe. You could have felt threatened, challenged, or scared. Cops are the same way. My own officer who work in bad areas, they know what I am talking about. It's not about respect, it is about common sense. So don't do stupid things once you are out there working in the field. New hires, the PIs, when you are out there, you need to know what you are doing. I notice newcomers with no field experience and they are eager to do investigative work. I understand. We all learn. Nobody get experience just like this. I understand. We all learn on daily basis. But I have noticed that when they go out for investigations and stuff like that, they park their vehicles, or even if they're out of state or out of town or whatever, they're conducting investigations, they park their vehicle, turn their investigative devices on, the recordings and all that, and waiting to gather the evidence. And later somebody, they sees that there is a vehicle parked and they call the cops, and then their things get ruined. And then they blame cops. Hey, come on. You know what? Don't blame cops. You should have been to that police department because you knew which area you're going to be at. So you should have been there. You should have presented your ID, your business card, and you should have told them that that's what I am doing in the middle of the night. You should have provided them your tag number, the make, model, and year. So in that way, even somebody calls, your investigations, it don't get screwed up. You need to know. Always go and tell them what you are doing. Go to your local law enforcement when you are conducting an investigation. Tell them what you are doing. And PIs must know how to handle, the personal protection specialist, the ones who are sitting here, you need to know once you are crossing the state lines, how to handle that prince or whoever you are escorting, or the celebrity or whatever it is, how to handle it to the off-duty police officer in the other state. Because those people who are visiting, or the prince or VIPs, once you're escorting them, they don't like if you don't know anything. You should do your homework and routes before you leave. And you should have the number of the officer, off-duty police officer, whom you're going to handle to further escort from the other state. Unless you are licensed for that state to go, fine. Other than that, you should have all the information and everything handy and watch the speed limits and everything. Because once you're escorting, nobody once they have been pulled or there is a distraction and stuff like that, and the cops, they don't know what you are doing. They have no idea what you are doing. Study and be familiar with state codes. Even when you are doing investigations or personal protection specialist, once you're crossing your states or wherever you're licensed, make sure you're familiar with your state codes and the laws. Do your homework before starting your task. I also noticed PIs conducting surveillance. There are 3-4 vehicles, following somebody, and later on in the morning, HOV, they got stuck. Hey, the cop, he don't know what you are doing. He have no idea what you are doing. Yeah, once he told, yeah, identify yourself. At that time, he gonna know. But hey, you lost the person whom you were following. So, be prepared. Be prepared. Know your routes and everything while you are conducting certain tasks. Be prepared before you start your assignments. Do your homework. Have additional people with you. If you got pulled in HOV, nobody gonna pull you because you are already within the limit. 2 or 3 people, whatever that HOV requires. Be alert and learn more from experienced co-workers. If you are armed, and if you are out there in the middle of the night or even during daytime, once you get pulled over, if at nighttime, turn interior map light on and identify yourself to the police officer and job title. Let them know you are armed and where is the weapon. There are some good cops out there, and they know what need to be done and are friendly and cooperative with you guys. They know we are doing the job to protect life and property. Some people, they might think that you don't know anything or you got no experience, you know nothing. That's not true. That's not true. It's not always true that, like I mentioned, some people, they might think that you don't know anything and got no experience. That's not always true. I got many workers like you. They're now working with state and federal agencies or working as cops with city, town, or counties. Fact is that majority of armed personnel like you guys, they even become cops, or once they are retired, they come back and do same job you guys are doing. Some new cops might think you don't know anything, because I have heard that from previous officers. They chat with the cops and sometimes they get into stupid arguments or talks. Be careful what you are talking out there. And you know what? I don't blame them, because most of the new firms, they are out busy making money rather than proper trainings. If I'm not mistaken, there are 15 states require no firearm training. And I think 9 states don't even do FBI background check. And I believe probably 27 states, no check on ban from carrying guns. No training requirements, no licensing requirements, and by arming yourself, you are an armed officer. If you see a police or fire department while you are working, let them do their job. I understand, like armed and unarmed officers, once they are out there in the field, they are required to have certain info in their reports and stuff like that. But once you are out in the field, let them do their job. And once they are done, then go to that law enforcement officer or that fire department and just gather all the info for your reports. And you know what? I have also noticed that, those flashlight techniques which we told you, don't use them on the cops. Yes, if you call them and they're coming, yeah, you can use the flashlight. But I have one of the cop, he was telling me there was somebody who was basically, you see, like I told you, once you're pointing it on the face, they can't see you. Don't be doing those things with the cops. Don't do stupid things. I mean, be professional once you're out there in the field. You know, and when it comes to body cam and recording devices, they protect you and also serve as an evidence in the court of law. You and law enforcement can use recording at the court of law. So don't do stupid things and talk Chinese while you've been recorded. Don't be talking nonsense while you know that your devices are on and they are being recorded. Don't make fool of yourself. Not only police and courts and attorneys will get that footage of the incident, they will also be getting the footage where you look stupid. So don't be dumb. All the times be professional till you get off duty. Don't be dumb. Don't do stupid things. Remember, you are not there to argue with anybody. You are to do a job and must be concerned about safety. You are not there to put hands on others. Observe, report, and contact local law enforcement when needed. You know what? If you want actions, go and join law enforcement. If you want action, prepare yourself, go join law enforcement. Don't interfere while they are working. Let them do their job. And later on gather the info and put that in your report for the management or evidence or whatever. I will suggest to all my armed and unarmed officers, personal protection specialists, private eye, PIs, and all others to develop relationship with cops while at work. Hey, while you are there at night time, they are the people who are gonna be there to assist you. Develop relationship with cops while at work. Chat with them when they are there to visit you or whenever they visit your site. Chat with them. Many police officers, they do understand that you do dangerous work without any backup. As a courtesy, some cops, they have even provided their personal cell phones to my other officers. So if they need them, they can contact them. You know, that is nice of them. So be friendly with them. Have a nice relationship with them. We work in a team. Cops recognize that they understand how important you guys are out there. They do understand. You know, we are there to secure a safer tomorrow. And be proud of your jobs. Be proud what you do. But use common sense.